A flock of 20 hens can easily eat through $800 worth of feed every year, and that number keeps climbing. Here's what bothers me. Your great-grandmother raised chickens, and she never once walked into a feed store. What she had was land, a handful of plants she understood well, and birds smart enough to eat what the earth provided. We forgot that, and now we pay for it every month. I'm going to show you 15 plants that can cut your feed bill by 30 to 40%. They won't replace the grains your birds need for energy, but they will replace the most expensive part: the protein, the synthetic vitamins, and the costly supplements. Two of these plants are going to genuinely surprise you. One is an aquatic plant that produces more protein per square foot than almost anything else on Earth. The other is a weed you've probably been pulling out of your garden for years, while egg companies charge a premium for exactly what it produces naturally. Let's start with the one that saves most people the most money. Let's start with the most important category: the plants that replace the most expensive ingredient in your feed bag: protein. Moringa is where you start. This tree grows aggressively in warm climates, and its leaves carry one of the most complete amino acid profiles of any plant on Earth. Protein levels rival commercial supplements, and a single mature tree can supply a small flock multiple times a week. Dry the leaves and crumble them into feed during winter. Plant it once, and it produces for decades. Comfrey is a perennial. Plant it once, and it comes back year after year, producing 4 to 6 harvests per season. The leaves are protein-rich, and the root system pulls up minerals most surface plants can't reach. Important note: Comfrey contains compounds that can stress the liver if fed in large quantities. Use it as a supplement, not a staple. A few times a month alongside regular feed, not as a daily main course. Now, these next 3 plants do something interesting. They give you protein and something extra your flock actually needs. Amaranth gives you 2 harvests from one plant. The leaves are high in protein, and the birds love them fresh. The seeds are rich in lysine, an amino acid critical for egg production that's often deficient in homegrown systems. Let a few plants go to seed, harvest them, and you have a concentrated supplement that costs nothing. Sweet potato vines are one of the most underused plants in backyard chicken keeping. The leaves are safe, highly nutritious, and loaded with carotenoids that naturally deepen yolk color. If you've ever seen a yolk so orange it looks almost red, that bird was eating something like this. The vines spread aggressively and regrow after cutting. One planting feeds all season. Alfalfa has been used in animal feed for centuries. It's calcium-dense, protein-rich, and dramatically improves yolk color. Grow it as a cut-and-come-again crop, or let your birds access a patch directly. It fixes nitrogen in the soil at the same time, improving your land while feeding your flock. Before we move on, I want to answer the question you're probably already thinking. How do I actually get my chickens to eat all this green stuff? Simple. Chop it small, mix it with a little water to soften it, and introduce one plant at a time. Chickens are suspicious of anything new. Give them 3 or 4 days, and most birds come around completely. Now, these next 2 are a long-term investment. Plant them once, and they'll still be feeding your flock years from now. Mulberry trees are possibly the single best investment a chicken keeper can make. The leaves are easy to digest and nutritionally solid. The fruit drops in massive quantities through summer, and the birds go wild for it. Plant one this year, and your grandchildren's chickens will still be eating from it. Throw cut branches directly into the run, leaves, bark, and all. Sunflowers, specifically the black oil variety, are your cold weather solution. The seeds are calorie-dense and fat-rich, exactly what chickens need when temperatures drop and their bodies work harder to stay warm. Grow a row along your fence line. Let them dry on the stalk, then toss the heads directly into the run. Birds spend hours working through them, which also solves winter boredom. Now, this next group is different. These plants aren't just food. They actively protect your flock's health and can seriously cut your vet bills. Oregano is the one to remember. Large commercial poultry operations have started replacing antibiotic programs with oregano supplementation, and the research behind this is real. It's a powerful gut antibacterial. Grow it in pots or let it spread along the edges of your run. Toss fresh sprigs in regularly. The birds seek it out instinctively. Nasturtium is fast-growing, virtually indestructible, and packed with vitamin C, antioxidants, and natural antimicrobial compounds. The flowers, leaves, and seeds are all edible. Plant it once and it self-seeds aggressively. You'll never buy it again. African marigold is the plant that large egg producers use to turn yolks deep orange. The lutein content is extremely high, and chickens with regular access to African marigold produce eggs that look nothing like what you buy in a supermarket. Grow it in large quantities, inexpensive, fast-growing, and produces from spring until first frost. Here's where it gets interesting. These next three plants are probably already growing near you right now. Most people spend time and money trying to get rid of them. Dandelion on every part is useful. Leaves strengthen the gut lining and are exceptionally high in vitamin A. Roots can be dug and fed directly. Most people spend money removing dandelions. Stop. Let them grow in a corner and harvest them for your birds. Plantain weed, the flat-leafed weed growing in every compacted path and lawn edge. It supports immune function and has demonstrated anti-parasitic properties in poultry research. Free, abundant, and most people have never looked at it twice. Stinging nettle is one of the most nutritionally dense plants on this list. High protein, high mineral content, exceptional iron levels. The sting disappears completely once dried. Harvest with gloves, dry thoroughly, crumble into feed. Grows in disturbed soil almost everywhere and costs nothing. Now, plant number 14. This is the one I said would genuinely shock you. Duckweed. It looks like tiny green dots floating on the surface of still water. Most people walk past it without a second thought. Here's what makes it extraordinary. The protein content sits between 35 and 45% dry weight, comparable to fish meal and soybean meal, the two most expensive ingredients in commercial poultry feed. And it doubles in mass every 24 to 48 hours under basic conditions: sunlight, water, and a shallow container. That's all it needs. Set up 2 or 3 tubs in rotation, and you have a self-replenishing protein source running continuously at almost zero cost. No replanting, no watering schedule, just harvest and feed. This is the plant your feed company doesn't want you to know about. And number 15, the weed I mentioned at the very beginning, the one that egg companies built a premium product around, purslane. Before I tell you what it does, a critical safety note. Purslane has a dangerous lookalike called spurge, which is toxic to chickens. The difference is simple: cut the stem. Purslane bleeds clear liquid. Spurge bleeds white milky sap. Never feed anything with white sap to your birds. Learn that distinction before you do anything else with this plant. Now, here's why egg companies pay attention to purslane. Purslane is one of the richest plant sources of omega-3 fatty acids you can grow for free. Chickens that forage on it regularly produce eggs with measurably higher omega-3 content. The egg industry bottles that result, labels it omega-3 enriched, and charges a significant premium for it in every supermarket. Most people spend extra money to buy those eggs in the store. Your chickens can produce them naturally from a weed that grows without any help from you. Stop pulling it out. Here's how to think about this practically. You don't need all 15 plants tomorrow. Start with 3. Pick one protein source. Moringa if you're in a warm climate, duckweed if you're not. Pick one health plant. Oregano is the easiest and most impactful. And stop pulling out one weed. Dandelion or purslane, whichever is already growing near you. Those 3 changes, done consistently, will cut your feed bill noticeably within one season. Build from there. Add perennials. Let the self-seeders spread. Stop fighting your yard and start working with it. Your great-grandmother didn't have a feed store. She had knowledge. Now you have it too. If this changed how you think about feeding your flock, drop a comment below. Which of these 15 plants are you starting with? I read every comment, and your answers help me decide what to film next. And if you're not subscribed yet, this is exactly the kind of content we put out. Practical, low-cost systems for people who want to raise chickens the right way. I'll see you in the next one.